Hi, welcome along to the Bias Premier League show here on a Monday night, bringing you the very best of all football news to do with Arsenal. There's no Premier League going on, but that don't matter, man. We're still here with the show. Brought to you today by Boohoo Man, and don't forget, you can get an extra 10% off of all their clothing by just watching this video and using the code AFTV10 or using the QR code on the screen. Welcome along to the show, Yardy. I love the way you're looking, man. Like, you know what I mean? Matching trainers as well with the Boohoo Man outfit. Yeah. Love that. And welcome along to Ty.
Thank you very much.
He has, you know, worn something fresh this week. Yeah. New outfit.
Fresh.
But bro,
Fresh.
It's the summer.
Yes. Looking out for the summer.
So you're still not wearing, we asked you last week, we said shorts.
Yeah. I don't know about shorts, but this is what was said. So thank you, Sean. You know what I mean? There's more.
Yeah, it's just a nice outfit, but where's the shorts? Why do you never wear no shorts on it? It's still.
Really.
All right, I know the sun's not shining today. It's not cold though, is it?
Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine.
Stop distracting myself.
Brilliant tune. No. Don't make me. Don't make me. Don't make me. Don't. I know you're gonna look at it. Don't make me. Don't make me laugh.
It's an improvement from all black. That's for sure. It's definitely
all black
an improvement.
I like the colour of it.
Thank you. And remember, and right before I was joking, I wore all black for a football funeral, for a football foe, a football fiend who should be in football jail. And they know who they are. And I've been banned from saying that. That's why I wore it. And I weren't even joking.
But you're looking better than you know last week, because you know what I mean.
But last week I looked. You
looked all right, but you just like.
No, you have one big old one big long sleeve T-shirt.
Big.
Yeah, well, you saw how huge that T-shirt was.
That's not right.
That's the other thing as well. What size are you?
Medium.
No, you're not.
You're not a medium.
You're not a medium.
Medium.
You're not.
You're not medium.
You're not a medium.
I'm medium.
You're not a
No,
medium.
you're not. You're not.
You're not.
I wear medium. This is medium.
I'm a medium.
No, you're not.
You're small.
I don't mean a medium like, you know, the people that tell people's fortunes. I mean.
Yeah.
I mean. See, that's.
No, you are small.
I'm medium.
Extra small.
Extra small? Are you kidding?
No, you are kidding. You are extra small.
I'm not extra small at all.
Look, his shoulders are not even. Look.
Get off.
The shoulders.
Get off.
You're not even full out the
Get
channel.
off.
Anyway,
Sean, send him some extra.
Sean, send me medium, please.
Anyway, as I said, big up to
Sean.
Boohoo Man. Don't forget, click the link in the description, or scan the QR code and use that code AFTV10. Thousands of clothes they got, and you get yourself an extra 10% off. Yeah. Got to start the show today on a bit of a sad note.
Absolutely.
Of course, last week, Thursday, we all heard the shocking news of Diogo Jota losing his life, him and his brother in a car crash. Absolutely shocking news.
Yeah.
Funeral took place over the weekend,
right.
and you saw a lot of players and his friends and family attending.
Yeah.
Of course, age only 28. An absolute and for Wolves as well. Won the league last year, won the Nations League with Portugal as well.
Yeah.
Just
everything looking great.
Well.
Yeah,
absolutely, guys. I mean, your reactions to it when it happened. I mean, I was in absolute shock. I still, even now, this thing, I'm like, every time I talk about it, I'm like, how?
When I see, when I saw the video, I saw a video, and it was saying, it was just like a news video saying it, and I was like, but it was on social media, so I didn't really pay attention. I was like, you know, some people just make stuff up. Like sometimes I've seen it do them before.
That would be terrible.
No, people do this sometimes.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
So I was like,
you're right though.
Forget about that. And then I went on my next social media, and my timeline just had his. I was like, really happened. And then my son told me, like, yo, I was like, whoa, that's crazy. That it just shocking. Obviously, we know these things happen in life. These things do happen, obviously, but because who he is, the world knows. You know what I mean? And he's a part of a sport that many people watch. Rivalry aside, he's definitely a player that I always liked as well. And I think he's a good player, man. He was a very good player, man. And you know, condolences go to him, family, man. Sad mourning, I'm gonna be mourning for a while. So yeah, man. Sad times. And they retired his shirt, innit? Apparently they.
Oh, which is fantastic. That's fantastic.
Wolves, was it Wolves? No,
Wolves.
Was it Wolves as well? There was another team. I don't know if it's the team that he started at.
He started at, yeah.
And I don't know if it's, but I know Liverpool said the number 20 shirt.
Raul Jimenez yesterday, because Mexico beat USA in the Gold Cup, and he actually, you know, did a little tribute with his shirt as well. I mean, it's tragic.
But didn't they play together at Wolves?
Yeah, played together at Wolves. It is tragic, isn't it?
It is tragic. It's like it's not real. It's very, very surreal. When I heard it, I couldn't believe it. It's just unbelievable. I don't know what to say.
Life short, man, and that's why, you know, you have to just make the most of your life while you can, man. You have to make the most of your life while you can. And these things are showing nobody's immortal, and no matter how rich you are, how famous you are, who you are, we all, you know, we all leave the same way at the end of the day, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, it was his time and his brother's time, and, you know, condolences go to the family, man.
Absolutely.
I'm worried it's like, for Liverpool and their fans, and I mean, it's going to have an effect, innit? I mean, like, those players, how do you go back into training? Absolutely. That's going to take them a little while to get back into, like, a routine, because something like that, I mean, listen, let's just say especially the equivalent.
If you're in your dressing room, he was right beside you and all.
Give you the equivalent, We're here, one of us has gone. How do we come back, even if it was after a couple of weeks, and do the show? Like, it'd be like, it wouldn't seem.
It wouldn't
I mean, so if that's the same context. They're there, they're training with this guy every day. It's their friend, it's their partner on the pitch. Some of them have been playing with him for years. You build up a relationship, you build up a camaraderie, and then all of a sudden, it must be really hard. And then for the fans, you know, what I mean, you listen, we still sing Rocky's name. And Rocky had left us, and for this, that's like out of the, you know, suddenly. I mean, it's going to be really hard for the fans. It'll be really hard for the players.
It will be.
Definitely.
Especially not to mention his family. I mean, it's total devastation.
I know it's
very, very it definitely will be. It's gonna listen. You're right. Like what you said, it's gonna be difficult because they used to having him there. So him not being there, it will have. There's gonna be a emptiness there. There's ways like some players might look on it, and the team might look on it and be like, "Oh, let's do it for him," and they might go on and have an incredible season and dedicate it to him. You know what I mean? They might do that, but then there might be that side where it does affect them, where, you know, like you said, you build friendships. You know, you have people that you're close to, the person that what sits beside you on the bus or travels with, you know, all these things. Might have that. He might be the most affected one there. You know what I mean? So man, it's one of them parts. It's one of them things that happens in life. It's one of the things that happen in life that they say this is the only thing that's guaranteed in life that we hate. And it happens.
Death and taxes, apparently.
But you don't have to pay your tax. You can't just hide.
You could hide, yeah. That's what. Anyway, I won't mention people. That's what. Do you pay yours?
Of course.
Of course, I have to.
No, why did I have to ask? Why did I have to answer?
Why did you find?
Why did you have to wait till my answer for you to answer?
So if I'm gonna say, if you say no, if I'm gonna say no,
I don't know.
I don't know. Very good.
You're for me to say if I do before you said
I don't know why
or not.
You know, why did you throw it back at me? And you didn't say to Robbie you pay tax. You just said to me.
He's just going back to it's awful. I mean, like you said, live life, man. Live life. Live life. Enjoy life.
If you can.
Let's not walk around holding long-term grudges and stuff like that. I mean, it's just like, you know. Honestly, it's like it really brings it home. It really brings it home, and
it does bring it home.
You know, rest in peace to Diogo Jota and Andre Silva, and God bless his family, man. You know what I mean? Like it's really, really sad, but
absolutely.
I'm sorry, I'm not before you move on. I'm not comparing death to somebody having an incident like an accident, but like you said, it would have an effect. Remember when Eduardo broke his leg?
Nearly got amputated.
That you could see the effect that it had on that team, just after what
of course,
you know what I mean? I'm saying obviously deaths are totally different.
It's different thing. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So if something small like that had an impact, surely this will.
You know. Clara Bitsy with a super chat, and this is another issue that took place this week, completely different. She says, you guys think the way Arsenal and Arteta handled the situation of a certain player, and we all know who that player is she was talking about, who was charged for all the allegations, is a bad look for the club. Now, what I'd say with that, Clara, right, is that everybody's innocent until proven guilty.
Absolutely.
Because we've actually had people that have had allegations against them,
Exactly.
been taken out, but like where the club said, right, you ain't playing,
Absolutely.
and then actually they've been proved to be innocent,
Absolutely.
and now have then sued the club,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
and the club actually have to be paying them back money, and you know what I mean. So
Absolutely.
in these cases, everybody, even now, that person, right, Thomas Partey, you have to hide away from who the person is, right?
Yeah.
Is innocent until
Until
proven
proven
guilty,
Yeah.
right? There are, I don't know why these things take so long to come to court. The case will go to court, and it will be jurors and that will make up
Yeah.
their minds as
Or
whether
ju- yeah.
whether
Judge.
whether they're innocent or guilty. We was actually talking about it off air, and we're like,
were.
if he's guilty,
Yeah.
he has to face the full and should
Absolutely.
face the full
Facts.
force of
Absolutely.
the law.
Absolutely.
And you know, yeah, it's nothing to me, as far as I'm concerned. When it comes to matters like this, it's got nothing to do with football.
No.
No, no.
If you're guilty,
You're guilty.
you're guilty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you should face the full force
Exactly.
of the law.
Exactly.
But if you're an employer and that person's not guilty and they're facing, you know, they haven't even been charged with anything yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't turn around to them and say, well, you know what, we've heard this.
Exactly.
And, you know, and because
It's almost
it
like
could
you're-
it could have been the same way in which those charges were brought. Those charges are now going to happen, and now it's going to have to go to court. It could quite easily, because it was within the CPS. Why it takes so long, I don't know. Could quite easily have said, "Oh, you've got no case to answer either."
Yep.
So I think when you look at it, there's no winners in a situation like this because of the nature of the charges. But I think that they've handled it in the only way they could have handled
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
But now, he, as an individual, because he is an individual, the person who's, you know, is facing this, is going to have to deal with this matter. So I think with this, you leave it now to the courts. And it's up to what the courts
Yeah,
decide.
it's down to them, innit? The law
Yeah.
take
Let the law, let the process
Because-
of a, let
And it's not
the process, the
defended.
law
Let
take
make
its
it clear,
process.
because
But the
obviously-
problem is, what I just think is this as a whole.
Yeah.
Forget football, it takes too long. If I'm a victim,
Yeah, exactly.
God forbid.
you got to wait 3 years
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
this to come to
Yeah.
where we are now. And then now it's probably going to be another year or so before we even
Of
hear
course,
anything.
it's gonna,
It's
of course.
ridiculous.
But like just to say, because obviously, you know, I'm not gonna shy away from it. People know I'm very vocal about when Partey was leaving, and I wanted him to stay. You know what I
did
mean?
I.
Like I did want him to stay. I think football, in terms of football, he is what he does. He knows what to do. He's a great footballer. My thing is, until he's guilty, we don't know. If he's guilty, you understand what I mean? But you cannot all of a sudden, because he's been charged, now point fingers. You see,
Exactly.
they knew, everyone knew. You know what?
Exactly.
I didn't know. I didn't
Exactly.
know. Like, you cannot follow every allegation, because at the end of the day, he could be guilty, he could be innocent. That's how it is right now. You understand?
We're going to find out.
And we will find out. And if he is guilty, like Robbie said, yes, he deserves the
100%.
full punishment.
Absolutely.
Full punishment.
And I
And
think-
to the victims, you know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
And I think now, like what the statement that Arsenal put out there says, right? I think now it's, you know, let the law take its its process, and we see what happens.
Yeah.
We deal with it at the end of it. But I don't know really what else they could have done, because
Exactly.
you can't, you know what I mean? Anyway, that's my thoughts on it.
And I think that's nonsense from Cara Bitsy. That's just a cheap shot. The thing about it is that you can't have a go at us, because when he was playing for us, he had not been charged. So it's not a bad look for the club. And also,
Well, listen, I don't think you can just say it like that, Ty, right? Because, you know, the question's always going to be asked to say, why were you playing him when you got these allegations hanging
they were
over, right?
allegations,
So
like
I
you said.
don't know
If
if
you're
you
not
can, you know what I mean? These questions, I think is a legitimate question
and I'll
to
give you,
ask.
and I'll say, sorry, Robbie, the reason why, and I'll say to Cara Bitsy to remind her, and even I will own up to this, of Benjamin Mendy at Manchester City. I thought he was guilty. The club sacked him, and he was found innocent in a court of law and took Manchester City to court. You remember?
Yeah.
I thought he was guilty. Exactly. So what about that then? They sacked him.
And that's where, you know, that's where we all have to be careful.
Exactly.
Because, you know, when people will come out sometimes and say, well, I thought he was guilty. Under
Exactly.
what? You don't know the full details
Absolutely.
of the case. You don't have any of the details. All you know is the charges. That's the same in this case. We
Exactly.
don't know whether he's innocent or guilty.
Exactly.
Right? And
Exactly.
until we know,
Exactly.
we all just have to wait and see
Exactly.
what the outcome is of the case. And then when that, and this is why it's very dangerous to talk about these things.
Very
dangerous.
Because none of us know either
don't know.
way.
Absolutely.
So that's the
Nobody
thing.
knows.
But there's one thing for sure, we are going to find out. And then
Yeah.
when we find out, then I think we revisit it then.
Yes.
But right now, that's why I think Arsenal's approach is the right approach
It's the
right
right
now.
approach.
There's
We
nothing
haven't
that
had
can
them-
be said
we haven't had any
until we find out more.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
so I think we leave it there.
Absolutely.
Right, because I ain't no lawyer.
Yeah,
I ain't
no,
want to get
no.
myself.
Me, I don't know
you know.
neither, yeah.
No. But
Right?
Yeah.
But, you know, I just think, as I said, just going back to the amount of time these things take is mad.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
But that's the law, though, isn't it? That's how the law
Well,
works.
it's not. I
not right.
I don't think it's a good law.
No, it's not.
I don't think it's a good system where you got victims having to wait this long
Yeah.
for.
Alleged victims.
I mean, you know, it's shocking.
It is shocking.
Shocking.
It's shocking.
Josephine says, "Happy, finally a player. That's obvious to sign. Only in. There's no. Sorry, I'm trying to decipher try to get some full stops and commas in it. Right? Only other
Lovely grammar.
Emirates era is Declan. Ozil and Sanchez were offered. We never go for players that are already world class. Gyokeres is.
right?
Berta has arrived.
So
now,
what about Martin Zed then?
Martin
then.
Zubimendi.
Yeah. Is he not
Yeah,
world
that's
class?
true. That's true.
So you just
Martin
answered your
Zubimendi,
question.
by the way, Martin Zubimendi's been confirmed as a fantastic
Finally.
signing. Absolutely
Zed.
brilliant.
Finally
Do you have
see-
anything to say on that?
No, I see the pen.
No, wait a minute.
Remember what I
No.
said? Remember what I said?
That-
when
when-
you see the Arsenal pen and you see it written.
You know when they've
and
done the
it-
videos, have you seen the video for it?
Yeah.
No,
Where they're
no.
walking with a pen like that. That
Yeah.
did that for you.
I know.
Because you're always
I know
going
that.
on about,
And Arsenal.
I don't think he's coming. That's
No,
what you said.
I said,
yes, you
I
did.
said, until
no,
the
he
club
didn't.
announces,
No.
I said, until the club announces, I don't believe it. And only time I believe these things is when I see that.
No, but
pen.
you were
Oh my
casting
God.
doubt
Big
whether
up
it's going to
Arsenal.
happen.
You see that Arsenal pen? Keep doing it, yeah? That's what I want you to do. Because when I see that pen,
No, you're
I
not getting
know
away with
that's
it.
easy.
You're not getting away with that easy because you were casting big doubts on saying that you don't think it's going to happen. You said that on one of the shows.
No, I said it might not happen.
It's happened.
Because he turned on Liverpool.
How do you know it's happening?
So he didn't go
Remember Liverpool?
Yeah, no, but
Well, it's
that's-
happened.
Because this was back in January. I
It's
said.
happened.
It was in January I said that. It was in January. You're right.
See,
January.
everybody's trying to duck out of it now.
No, I'm not. It's one of the longest transfers ever.
No, it isn't.
The man,
No, it isn't.
I feel like Arsenal didn't even send a plane for him. I think they made him walk from Spain.
No,
I think he walked from Spain. He did the U. He did a U.
Yeah.
He took the cheapest. Yo, the man did a round the world trip just to get to the Emirates.
Well,
side
he's
of it.
here now.
And funny
right?
enough for me, to make it even worse for Yardi,
Yeah.
he agreed to join us in March.
When? Who?
Martin.
But, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, see?
Well, he's
Well,
here
he
now.
didn't-
Martin
Giants
Zubimendi
didn't know.
signed.
No,
but we
he
could-
has.
but we could-
And-
but like Robbie said, we couldn't announce it.
We could be on the verge of another signing.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I like that.
Yeah?
Hopefully. That's the one I want to see
Victor
happen.
Gyokeres, and I will be
Allegedly.
so over the moon because you know what I've been saying from day one, and we said it on the show many a times.
You
I think you
That's
agreed
what
with
we
me.
want,
Yeah.
We want Gyokeres.
That's what we want, man.
I won't mind Sesko though as well.
No,
to be
no,
fair.
no,
Yeah,
no,
Sesko's a
We don't
good
want
player,
Sisco.
but for me,
That tong, ta tong, tong, tong.
Sesko. Oh my gosh. I can't believe he said that.
I said from day one, I want Gyokeres. Nothing against
me
Sesko.
too. Right,
yeah,
I
no,
think
of course, of
Sesko
course.
is
It
potentially
was
going to be a
between
great
him and
player.
Osimhen for me. Them
But
two.
for me,
Victor,
I look at the guy's
One of
goal
the
scoring
Victors,
records.
the
The guy
Victor-
scored 54
Victor
goals
O,
last
Victor
year.
G.
Yeah.
Right? You know, this morning when we was doing, show on DR, this guy piping up this, Matisse. Oh, but a lot of penalties in that.
Big up Matisse.
Until Flex reminded him, he goes, well, yeah, hold on a minute. How many penalties has Cole Palmer scored? He goes, yeah, actually, that is actually true. Right? This guy,
Big up Flex.
54 goals last season.
Yeah, amazing.
Portuguese league, we get that. So we do have to have a bit of a caveat in there because it is easier to score goals in that league. But he also scored goals in the Champions League.
Coventry City.
Scored-
That's how
he
he
scored
got
a
his
hat-trick
move to
against Man
Sporting.
City.
Hat-trick against Man City.
That's how he got his move
Me,
to Sporting.
I'm like, I want him.
Yeah.
Right? And it's starting to look like it's going to happen.
Let's hope
What
so.
do you guys think?
I mean, the reports are is that he's in advancing.
So you don't think this is going to happen either? Is it going to happen, yes or no?
I want it to happen.
What do you think?
I want it to happen.
What do you think?
I think until I see that pen,
Oh God.
it's not an Arsenal player. That's just me. I'm old school. I can't do with this new rumors. Because the thing is, yeah.
But you'd be happy if it happened.
Of course. Because remember, you know, Nico Williams was meant to become in Arsenal.
Oh, yeah,
Beginning.
No, but he wasn't a close like this is.
Yeah, but all of a sudden that's gone.
so.
Yeah, no, when named Rodrigo not getting games on.
Rodrigo.
Yeah.
He came on against Rome. He came
No,
on
but those
against,
are all rumours. This one is like they're saying, right, this is advanced
Yeah,
talk.
apparently
He's agreed personal terms.
kind of agree. It's just no Arsenal to submit, I think. That's what they say.
Sorting the deal out, yeah.
Arsenal just need to say, all right, how are they going to pay? I think that's
And
what
will you be
it is.
happy?
Of course. I said, it's for me, Eze and Gyokeres,
Eberechi.
if we only get those two on top of what we had already, and obviously Norgard, if he comes in,
Christian.
I'm happy with that. We don't. I won't tell you why I'm happy with that. Because I was when I was driving here today, I was thinking about it. You know, like obviously transfer. You know, that's mostly what we're going to be talking about. So I was thinking, if we get Eze and Victor Gyokeres,
Yes, Victor G.
if we get them two in, and we don't lose any of our attacking players, we have a lot of attacking options.
Yeah.
Going into next season. Because you think about it, if we don't get rid of Trossard, and if we do keep him, even though I feel like he will go, but if we did keep him. And Martinelli, right?
Gabriel and one. I can't see Gabriel and one leaving.
Then you'd have Havertz, Gyokeres, Jesus, yeah.
Gabriel
Then
J.
you would have Saka and Waneri
Yeah.
and
yeah.
Eze.
If Waneri stays.
He's staying, man.
course
He's
he's
staying. I
staying.
think he's staying. Man.
If Waneri stays, that's a rumour, right? That he could
Well,
go.
do you reckon
so-
he's going up?
Well, he could.
I don't
You
think
said
so.
last week you know him. You better go and.
I do know him to chat
Well,
to.
you better go and chat to him and
The
find
thing
out what.
with- it's the thing with him, yeah.
He won't tell me, will he?
Remember what happened with
Big up, Ethan.
Hutchison, right? It
Amari.
was the same situation. He wanted more game time, right?
It's not though.
It is the
I
same
don't think it
situation.
is.
They're saying one way wants. This is what they're saying. Again,
Yeah.
it's rumors, but what
Yeah.
they're saying is that he wants more game time. Chelsea are looking at that. Chelsea are not going to give him more game
Exactly.
time. They have too many players there already.
Yeah.
But there'll be many other teams that would give him money.
Exactly, but he has to understand you're not going to go into a Champions League team. You have
Yeah.
to go down to like a lower, like maybe like no disrespect, like maybe like a Everton, a Wolves, or somebody like that maybe even Palace that will give you the game
But
time.
the thing is,
Long
right?
stuff.
Does he need to just like?
Just
I
hold
read
time,
today to where someone said, "Yo, this youth now, respect him, love
Yeah,
him,
big up, Ethan.
great." But you need to, if this is true, you need to chill out, right? Because you're 18. You're 18, just turned 18
Yeah,
as well, right?
exactly.
How you demanding game time?
I know
we
what
don't
it
know.
is.
Name is, listen, we don't know if it's
Exactly.
true.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm
We don't
saying
know.
if that is true, what the person's saying is, how are you demanding game time? You're 18.
No, you know why?
Relax.
Though? You know why? If it is true, why he is Skelly?
Don't matter, but it's
Because he's looking at that. Remember, they came
It
through the
doesn't matter.
same thing.
They
They're close.
No, but that's different.
No, but
That's different.
Robbie,
Skelly's a
I know
different
you're
position.
saying it's different, but
Like the person said this morning.
If that's what he's saying, that's
yeah.
what I reckon. That's
But
the
like,
reason why.
if there's the other thing that I saw what this guy wrote, right, which he goes, the man said, yo, you're not even starting for the under 21s.
I know
So how are you going to come demand up
exactly.
time? Now listen, because we don't believe, we don't know. We don't know if it's true or
I
not.
don't think it's true.
But if he is demanding more wage, and he hasn't signed a new deal yet.
I don't think. I don't.
Man, you end up in a championship with Hutchison, you know.
No, don't say that.
Well, that should be a warning.
I'm
I
just
don't think
saying,
it's
innit?
true.
I'm
I
just
don't-
saying.
I don't think
Hutchison
that's
was.
true.
Hutchison
want-
was in. You
I
know,
want him-
sorry. If Hutchison didn't leave, he would have got game time in the Champions League
believe
last
that.
season. He would have got Champions
but-
League last season. He would have played even Premier League games.
He went
for
to
Arsenal
Chelsea,
since.
played one game.
And then went to Ipswich. No, came in. Don't worry, he played the Premier League with Ipswich. Championship.
Yeah, but then he did play. He did play.
That's what I mean.
But
So
Chill out.
I don't know if it's true. I doubt if it's true because
I
that
hope
doesn't
not.
strike me as Ethan. But with Ethan and Amari, that's different because Ethan has got more game time than Amari. I don't think Amari started
You get, man.
a game for us.
I-
But then he left to go to Chelsea.
Yeah, I know.
Right, where you're going to get even less game time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to me, how did that make sense? So,
And
but
even Chelsea know, like the amount of players they're signing, like if you go there now, like it don't make
I
sense.
don't believe that's true.
But you
I
see,
can't
like,
see
because
Ethan
they're talking
saying
about
that.
what's the player they linked with us.
Well, Noni Madueke.
Yeah, like people are like going crazy that we're gonna get rid of one way while we getting
We
him.
don't know.
One way
if
was
we
never,
do,
but
I
one way
will
was
be
never,
very, very upset. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but one way was never a right winger for us.
I don't.
He wasn't. He
I
only
can't
played
see
that
it.
position.
He can play right wing, and he did it all right.
Yeah, but if we're
Well, I
bringing
can't
in
see
somebody to be Saka's backup, it doesn't mean one way he's not going to get game time.
He doesn't.
Where?
Miguel.
All right, so if you bought Eze,
Yeah.
where's Waneri?
I personally think Eze is going to play on the left.
Yeah.
Personally, I think that's where he's going to play.
Absolutely.
I want us to keep Waneri.
So
And,
do I.
yeah,
Me too.
and I'm not,
So like
I'm not being unfunny,
Really?
right? But I'm not very enthusiastic about the possibility of signing Noni Madueke.
What if you want to go 18 million, 20 million?
You're not going to get him for that. They want 50 million.
They're
You see
not
what they
getting
said
it. We
to
can't
that?
get somebody else for that.
Well, you know, in us, man. You know what I mean, the way we keep giving their money
not-
to Chelsea, funding them to go and get other things.
No way. We're not
I
doing
don't know.
that.
Do you
We're not
believe?
doing that.
I can't see that
The
happening.
link is strong. Madueke's agreed terms with Arsenal. He will come.
Allegedly.
It's for them to enjoy. I
not
think
50
that, no, I think that's true.
I don't
It's for Arsenal now just to sort the deal out. I think it's true.
Not 50 million.
Doesn't mean he's definitely coming, but that's what Chelsea want, 50 million.
Of course, that's what Chelsea want.
No way.
They paid nearly 30 million for him. They're not going to take 30 million for a player they pay 30 million for.
Well,
They want profit.
Arsenal big
I
and
don't
serious. Skip that one there, please. Skip
Well,
it.
I hope so, but
Not for 50 million anyway. Definitely not.
I don't
And
know
only
if
that,
that's
man.
true.
Listen, man. As I said, if we keep certain players and add to it, we haven't got attacking options. Jesus
do,
is
we
back. I don't think we're going to sell him.
do.
So
well,
he,
Jesus ain't going to be back for at least till the end of this year.
still,
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he's back in training. He's miles off still.
for real.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was actually
Guy
going
had
to be back.
surgery.
Yeah, but
Yeah, he's training
enough
now.
man had surgery and back. Saka come
Yeah,
back.
but he's got.
Kai come back.
Yeah, but his thing was a serious ACL.
so when Gabriela come
ACL.
back,
It's an
No, Gabriel's had
ACL.
hamstring.
No, but they don't.
Gabriel had
Yeah,
hamstring.
we're talking. Those guys have had hamstring injuries. This guy's an ACL. That's like a serious knee injury.
oh yeah,
Which you had to have surgery. Yeah, he ain't
come
come back for now. Let me get some more super chats. Clara Britzy says, "Calm down, Ty.
You calm
Just
down.
ask a question, not pointing any fingers."
No, you did because you said that the club handled it badly. So you don't even know what you said. You said, and I quote,
Yeah, but that's
"We
her
handled it
opinion."
badly." Well, then, so you are pointing fingers then.
Well,
If you're
not
saying the
pointing
club,
a finger,
no, no,
madam, not pointing
if you,
finger.
no.
Stop
If she's saying the
saying
club
not
handled it
pointing a
badly, that is
finger.
a cheap shot.
That's her opinion. It's not a cheap shot. It's her
It is a cheap
opinion.
shot. No, you're having a go then.
Nino says, "Will Arteta stick with Havertz?" In my opinion, he wanted Sesko. I think Berta went above him. Glock 9, here we go.
Glock 9.
That's what people are calling him. Glockeres.
Must got big Glock.
Oh, in football terms, obviously.
Glock in football terms.
Yes.
Goals. Brrr.
I don't know if that's true. I don't think Nicola went above his head. Andrea, sorry, because they have to be in unison. They have to be in agreement. So I don't think so.
Okay, J Federer J says Zubi, Yok,
Martin Zen,
Ek,
hopefully.
Eze,
Hopefully.
at all. It's a must-win for Mikel Arteta now.
Well, we've only got in Martin.
Yeah, remember Liverpool have got Verts, Frimpong. I mean, we're not the only team that's been strengthening.
true.
City as well. They're bringing their players.
But so don't worry about Man
Marcus
City, they'll
Thomas
be-
Ruben
they'll be
says,
in the
"Nice shirt, Don. Thank you very much."
Yeah, he's a nice
Boo-hoo
shirt.
man.
He's in my shirt.
Yeah, shirt, not this thick,
shirt.
short sleeves.
So,
Yeah.
so what about that then? But you wouldn't mind me wearing that, would you?
I wanted you to win.
Yeah,
Let me go
you
and get
see?
that. People,
Yeah.
this
You
was said
see?
by Boohoo Man again. Let me get it.
You see?
I think we should wear this.
You see, but you don't mind me wearing that.
Nice and comfy.
Quoted.
You know what I mean? Bright
Nah, man.
colours.
I am not wearing that.
Yeah,
As
man.
nice-
It's a whole suit.
I'm not wearing that. I'm sorry. Not an air anyway.
Why not?
Nah, man.
No, come on.
Nah, I'm not wearing that.
If you get somebody sending one big
I'm
super chat,
not
you're
wearing that. I'm not wearing that.
Where did it?
Look at that. Make it look like I'm going to bed.
What's it say on the side? Hom.
Home, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Like poor home.
We need you for rock.
Come on, can you put this on?
No.
God, like, I think this is so you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got it on the back as well. Look,
Red,
official.
Red. Yeah, man. Red.
Official
Look at
Hom.
that. You say
Yeah.
red's
Go on,
your
come on.
favorite colour. Come on.
Come on, come put it on,
Come
man.
on, Ty, you can do it.
No. I can do it, but
You don't like this?
It's
Are you
not-
dissing the brand?
I'm not dissing the brand. That's if I want to go to bed, I'll put it on. I'm not
Why?
going to bed because that's like go to bed.
It's not to put to
It's like go to bed.
Comfy wear. Nice and
Didn't you
soft.
say that?
All
it's
right,
like-
we want you to model it. Come on.
Like a Thai beer.
Go
Yeah,
out there, model. Come on, Ty. Come on, man. For the people there.
Yeah.
Come on, Ty. Come on. Yeah. Here you go. If you go out, change into it and come back, and we'll
them.
see what you look. We keep things going in the meantime.
Yeah.
Here you go, man.
I don't believe
Let's
this.
go, let's go, let's
Go on.
go.
What is
Come on,
going-
Tides,
what
go
is
on.
going
Go on,
there?
man. Come back.
Go on, be back in 5 minutes. So we ain't
Let's
got
see how
all
long
day.
it takes Ty to
Whilst you're doing that, we get for a few super chats.
Let's see how long it takes Ty
Yeah,
I don't believe
to get ready.
to get
I don't
ready.
believe.
Thank you, Marcus, about the shirt.
believe
Josephine
it.
says, I was complimenting Berta for going for world-class players. Well done. He says, Ty, you would keep Zinchenko and Nelson instead of signing Rodrigo and Eze, just because of your ridiculous loyalty to players.
It's not
So
ridiculous
pipe
loyalty.
down.
You're wrong. I would keep them and sign Rodrigo, so you're wrong. All right?
Right. Adjust his mic there. We don't want to hear what you're saying there. Right.
What do you mean
Clara
don't like what I'm
Bitsy says Madueke to Arsenal and Ethan to Chelsea makes perfect sense.
Not
No,
for
it
us.
don't.
No.
I know you're a Chelsea fan, but no. You guys love to sign a Chelsea player while
That's right.
our ownership loves younger players. A
Yeah.
match made.
Because they didn't
She's got a point
sign the
there, too.
trade Ashley, did they?
And the thing
They
about
never signed him, did they?
signed one of their players already, innit? Kepa.
Yeah, Kepa.
Exactly.
Rastaman says, Ty, you made me sad. Can you apologise to me
For what? What did I say?
for being mean?
What did I say?
I don't know what you said to him.
Well then, so you're gonna have to tell me what I said. And I'll see
Tell
if
us
I
what you
think
said,
it's me.
Rastaman. Savguna, or Salvguna, whoops, there, says, you did White Yardie. Until he's through the door, he's an Arsenal player. Loving the show, Robbie. And Ty, the main
Thank
man. Big up all the Gooners. See, that
What
guy's
does he
saying
say?
you did.
No, he said, yeah, you did Yardi. Until he's through the door, he's not. That's what he's saying. He's an Arsenal player. That's
No,
what
he didn't
said.
mean it that way. He
He-
meant
he's-
like you
yeah,
did.
no. Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's basically agreeing. Yeah, that's what Yardi said. Yardi said, until they're through the door and sign, it's official. They're not official.
This one's funny. Lawrence Emmanuel says, Robbie, I heard that Arsenal are ditching North London Forever for a new song. He said they're going to play Blue is the Colour when we come out to start a game.
Yeah,
It's
very
true, man.
funny.
The amount of Chelsea players were signing.
Honestly, one.
Yeah,
Clara
very
Bitsy
funny.
says, calm down, Ty.
You calm down.
I asked.
I mean, no nonsense. I mean, no
I
nonsense. Oh, baby,
It was
don't
a
tell me.
bad look for the club. It was a question, not
No,
a
it was
statement.
not a question. It wasn't. Don't try it. It was not a question. You said it was a. Don't try it.
No, they're
you
asking, is the-
No,
was this
she
a
did
bad-
not say that. Don't try. Don't try to lie, Cara Bitsy. You said, and I quote, "It's a bad look for the club." Don't try it. Don't try to eat your words now.
Why you look
exactly
so
what you
big
said.
in that thing?
Look at this.
You pull out. No,
did you do?
no, you're media.
Look at this.
What did you do?
Look at this.
This guy looks bigger than me now. What
Look at
did
this.
you
I've
do?
muddled it. I'm taking it off.
No, no, no,
I've
no.
muddled it. I'm taking it off.
No, come back.
No.
What's how have you look so big now? Did you try it on over the other thing?
Yeah, of course. Because I don't want to wear it. That's it, man. At least I wore it, so. Of course, I'm not. If I wear that for the rest of the show. I've tried it on. I did as you asked. So I don't know what more.
Listen,
Yeah, but
man.
try it. Are you trying it on over the
Yeah, because I don't want to wear it. I've worn it. I don't want to wear it. You didn't say. You
Hey,
said
listen,
try
our
it on.
sponsors are listening. You know, you're disrespecting their
No,
clothes.
no. I'm not saying this. I'm saying that I won't wear it for bed. It's fantastic, but for
But
bed,
we not keep the
not
show
to
in
wear.
your bedroom. The show is not in your bedroom. The show is here.
That's what I'm
What
saying.
you want me to bring camera to your bedroom and film the show? But why you have to film it in your bed?
I'm
Henry says, Wandier is a left mid and Eze is a right, so it works. Luke Richards says, don't understand the negativity on Madueke. Great backup to Saka. Sign Yok and Eze. Eze and Wandier can be backup in multiple positions, but 50 million for a backup.
Not 50 million. No, like I don't mind if we sign him as a backup for Saka, but not for 50 million.
And
Like, not for 50 million.
Rasamar says, Ty, you look like Black Santa in that rap video.
Yeah, well, if I do, you're not getting any presents. Actually, you'll get presents. A verbal slap in the face. How about that?
And Lawrence Emmanuel
Get back in your hole.
says, Ty looks like the Michelin Man in that red outfit.
Well, I don't know about
That's
that.
because you tried it on over something else. I told you you look bigger than
always said
me.
you wanted to
What's his
try
name?
it on.
Like Clifford.
Clifford, yeah.
Clifford, no, that was
Clifford the big red
that's
dog.
what Kenya said. Big up Kenya, but she said that it's like Clifford the red dog.
Remember
And
that?
is
Clifford the
cute.
red dog.
Of course, Clifford was
Oh.
massive. A giant Clifford. Very lovely dog, yeah.
Samuel says, question, Rob. Gunners Unfiltered, you said that you'd sell Mars Lewis Skelly if 100 million got offered.
Really?
Is that still the case?
Really?
With how unexpectedly good he's been last season for his age. You're right, I wouldn't sell him now. Irreplaceable. See, like Real Madrid was trying to get him.
Irreplaceable Beyonce. Well done, Bobby.
So you took it off them?
Yeah, I wore it. You wanted me to wear it, I wore it.
Yeah, but not over that. I wanted to see what it looked like properly.
Because what you do, you'd have me for the rest of the show in it. That's why.
No,
That's
but-
why.
but
No,
you
you
put it
would. I
on
know.
over
Where's your summer clothes, man? Listen. That
Yeah.
package that came, weren't
Is
there no
that-
summer things?
Is that summer? But yeah,
So?
you wanted me to wear. But you
There were
why did you
some
want me to wear
t-shirts
that?
in there and you never put on
But
one.
why did you want me to wear that? But yeah, you wanted me to wear that, didn't you? That's not summer, is it? And you
is
want me to
summer.
wear that? It's not
Red
summer.
and red.
Look like the Michelin man. That's quite funny, actually.
I don't know what you got against the summer.
Nothing. Summer's cool, man.
Clara Bixley says, Ty, who's more reliable on transfer news? David Ornstein or Transfer Daily Show?
Transfer Daily. Goodbye. No, I won't joke. Both of them.
Listen, Clara always tries to get at me over the Transfer Daily Show, right? As I said, I'm not trying to be David Ornstein.
Exactly.
And break this and break that. I get the odd story that I break, like but what I do is more tell people about all the rumours that are out that day, because there's always different rumours.
And also,
Holy rumours, man.
what she's forgetting is that you are talking about our club. David Ormston doesn't always talk about our club, does he? He talks about others. So you know.
I want to know from you, Madueke, yes or no?
No disrespect to him, but I would say no, personally.
Why?
Because I just don't think we need him. And like Yardi said, for 50 million, if we're going to get him, it's got to be a lot cheaper than that. I don't think we need him, personally. And I think...
We do.
What about you?
Yeah.
Are you taking him?
But not for 50.
What would you take him for?
30 million. Well, then pay for I have 25.
Why do we need him?
Yeah.
Back up for soccer.
Wanera can play there.
One area was, you know what it is?
Did well there.
Listen,
did
he
well.
can play there. This is what we always do. Is he can play there. He can play there. He can play there.
He did well there.
Who's Odegaard's backup?
Good question.
Eze, when you bring him in.
If we bring him in, and
Yeah, get Eze. So stay. Don't go and waste 50 million on Noni Madueke.
Okay.
Use that. Right, it's
Well,
a 68 million release
yeah.
clause on Eze. Use 50 of that to go and get that done.
All right, cool.
If these man, this is what was.
If Trossard leaves,
Let me just say, right,
goes,
before you come in, this is what's going to upset me now, right, with Arsenal, yeah? They're going to go and ruin, well, maybe not ruin, it's a strong word, but
Maybe.
they could ruin a good transfer window.
Bye.
Kepa, perfect sense. Well done,
Yeah.
Arsenal. 5 million quid.
Yeah.
Great business.
Yeah.
Zubimendi,
Martin Z.
class.
Yeah.
Wicked defensive midfielder, the best around right now that's available.
Yeah.
Brilliant business.
Yeah.
Real Madrid are trying to get him. You know what I mean? Hosts of other clubs wanted him. We got him.
Yeah.
Right? Great business. Christian Norgard, great business, experienced player, will come in, slot in. He comes in for where Jorginho was. Experienced, Premier League ready, captain of Brentford. Was solid.
Yeah.
Good signing.
Yeah.
Victor Gyokeres, if they get that
If we
done,
get him.
unbelievable signing.
Yeah.
We want a striker, we want goals, that's it, striker goals. If they get Eze, great
that'd be
signing.
amazing.
We know his quality, top player. If we get Rodrigo, absolutely
That'd be
brilliant left winger, fantastic player. Madueke, why? Why do we need Noni Madueke? And if they go and spend, even if it's 45 million, that 45 million could have gone towards Rodrigo because he's 77 million, is probably what he's going to cost, right? Or it could go towards Eze, 68 million.
I don't think.
But
we're
if
getting
these
Rodrigo.
man go, right, and they go get the other business done and we think, yeah, brilliant, and then they go and bring in Noni Madueke, but then don't bring Eze and don't bring... The only way that Madueke one could work for me is if they bring in all the other targets.
Right. Yeah.
And I fear that they won't because they would have outlaid so much money on him. So I don't want to see Madueke because I don't think we need Madueke.
I don't think so.
I don't think he's a bad player. I think he's a
player.
good player. I've seen him playing games. A couple of seasons ago, I've said this a few times, when he played against Arsenal, I thought he was excellent. His dribbling ability is fantastic. He's quick. He's something about him. He's got something about him, but we don't need that right now. With the backup on that right-hand side, you could play Saka there. You could even play Havertz there, right? I don't think we need to go and outlay the money that it's going to cost on Noni Madueke when there's bigger targets out there that we could get. Eze will come, but the money's got to be right. Activate that release clause. We weren't about Noni Madueke for.
No, we're not worried. But
And if we are going to get somebody like that, to me, you go and get a left. You know, get Lookman. I'd rather Lookman.
no, I would rather Lookman.
Yeah.
Right now, I'd rather Lookman.
So what are we going after Noni Madueke for?
Back up for Saka.
But is he gonna happen?
We don't need.
That's the reason why they're going for is back up for Saka, because we have learned over the seasons. Saka
Got
is
Waneri.
our most
Ethan, yeah.
important player.
And Wanera can play there.
Well, that's fine. But then who? And if we bring in Eze to be Odegaard's cover, right? Who we gonna get as Martinelli's cover, or who's gonna be challenging Martinelli for that spot?
Eze can play on the left as well.
No, but that's the problem. We use
Utility.
Yes, I hear that, but we're stretching too many
Still got
players.
Martinelli as well.
Gabriel M1, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have Martinelli, but he should have somebody.
Listen, if it comes
that
down
can
to
come and play that
Madueke, right,
position,
then
that is for that
Right,
position.
Madueke, right, Matisse said today that he's not that great on the left. more on the right.
he'd be on the right. He'd be sitting on the bench.
Yeah, but to
come
me,
on.
then you keep Wanyeri, and then even if it was a problem on the left, you keep Trossard.
Yeah.
But
Right?
that's what I'm
And
saying.
go and get Eze. But
if
I
we
don't
keep
want
Trossard, then
these.
cool.
If they go and say get Madueke and then they say, oh, nothing's left now.
Nah, they
Money
wouldn't do that.
finished.
They wouldn't
I
do
don't
that.
think so.
They wouldn't do that.
Can't get Eze. I'll be
They wouldn't
pissed,
do
man. I'm
that.
telling you.
They wouldn't do that.
Well, yeah.
They wouldn't do that. It's one Chelsea player a transfer, so we already got one.
If we're gonna get a Chelsea player,
Palmer.
yeah, get Cole Palmer.
Fact.
Otherwise, leave Chelsea alone now,
give
man.
it
We ain't
Palmer.
more
Give it Palmer.
like that guy said, you know what I mean? What are we going to start singing? Blue is the colour when the team come out. Blue is the colour. Oh, you know what I mean?
But I tell you what though.
No need. You know what I mean? No, bun that, man. We don't need Madueke right now.
On a serious note though.
No, seriously.
On a serious note though, Arsenal need
don't let
to
it get serious.
get their transfer targets sorted quick.
They're doing well now. They're doing well.
We have announced it one a week so far, so that's fine. That's
Doing
fine.
well. As
So
long as
let's
I
hope-
said to you the other day, as long as they're
so
here.
hopefully Gyokeres comes in, we announce him next week.
Before we get
On Friday,
pre-season, bring
yeah.
them in.
Yeah.
But we don't need Noni Madueke.
I hear that. But the reason why I'm saying we need to get our targets now is because the Club World Cup is going on, right? And we've seen already injuries.
Yeah.
A horrific injury.
To Musiala.
Musiala.
Musiala. He's that's his leg.
So sad, man.
Do you understand what I mean? They're gonna have to go in the
recovery.
market now and look for a player, right? They're gonna be looking. Unfortunately as well, Liverpool potentially might have to jump in the window again and look for another attacking player again. So they're gonna be looking around in the market.
So we need to move.
So this is what I'm saying. Arsenal cannot, and I said this.
Especially
at the beginning,
Rodrigo.
do not, exactly.
But
do not drag your feet.
yeah, Rodrigo, you're not going to be able to do anything until after the Club World Cup because we don't even know whether he wants to leave or stay at Real Madrid yet.
And
I get the
rumours
feeling.
about PSG want him.
Yep. But I was looking at it today. But where would he play? They've got Kvaratskhelia, they've got Barcola.
It's a good point.
So you know. Let me get back into some super chats. Enchanted Angel says the best tie has looked since Different Strokes.
Well, I wasn't in Different Strokes. Were you? You should know because you win it. And the funny thing is, don't insult because, like I said, and I'll say it again, if you're stupid and you haven't got no brains and you haven't got no memory, Gary Coleman, who played Arnold, had a kidney condition. That's why he was so small.
He
so
passed
don't make
away,
a joke
didn't
of it. Huh?
He passed away, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
But how do you
And
know
the man
which
is
one they
dead.
were talking about? There was other characters in there.
You don't look like Gary.
You just like his brother.
Like who? What was his
What's his
name?
brother? Willis.
That's right. Well done. Yeah.
What
What are you talking about? You talking about
We
Willis?
talk about
That's
Willis.
right. That's right.
You talking about Willis?
Mr. Drummond and Kimberly.
Maybe they thought you was Mr. Drummond or Kimberly.
Yeah. Mr. Drummond. Mr. Drummond is white.
All right,
Kimberly is white.
Swevenger
Kimberly's a
says
woman.
info from Sweden is nicknamed Göken here. His surname is Hungarian.
Okay.
Is a bit hard to pronounce correctly for Swedes.
Oh, really?
And the meaning of that word is cuckoo. Cuckoo.
Okay. Oh, well, thank you for that. That's interesting. Didn't know that.
Yo, the man named Gyokeres.
Leandros says Madueke must not hamper other targets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
If that's
right.
true. If that's true.
Big up to Ayeni.
Oh, Ayemi, Nigerian.
Ayeni.
Oh, Yeni. Oh, sorry. I thought you said Ayemi.
Clara Bitsy again says genuine question for Ty.
Yeah, go on.
What is your all-time favourite show on AFTV? Mine was the Claude and Ty show.
Oh, thank you. Don't try to start groveling up to me now that you know you were wrong. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
no,
horrible.
because she knows. Because she said.
you wanna say that?
Asking a
Thank you. She
question.
said.
Oh, no,
that
no,
is
I'm not
kind.
having
Listen,
that. That's
no,
disgusting.
that's
No,
kind. No,
Ty,
that's
no,
kind.
Ty, no,
But
Ty,
she's tried.
no.
She tried to say, oh, the club handled it badly. They said, I never said that.
I
You
think
did say
you
that.
handled that question very well.
No. Thank you for that, but
Yeah.
don't try and if that's what you're trying to do, don't
No,
try.
you're
and-
not trying to
but
do that.
That's very kind of
Stop
you.
assuming.
It probably.
Yeah, man, just
Well, that's kind. That's kind. That's
Gone
kind.
to his
say
end.
sorry. and
What's
just
going to
move
my
on.
head?
Sorry.
Sorry for what?
For what you just
She
did.
should say sorry for saying the club handled it badly.
She just said they asked you what your favorite show on here has been.
Well, she said the Claude.
And she said telling you Claude and Ty
Yeah, that's-
was hers.
that's
so
nice.
what was
That's
your
nice.
favorite show on here?
That's probably the same minute. Probably the same.
See you two on like the same
Probably the
show.
same. Yeah, because I was on it, innit? That's why. Because I was on it. But then the bias show as well. I like the bias show as well.
Luke
anything that I'm on.
Richards says,
But thank you very
Robbie,
much,
your argument is based on Madueke crowding out other players, which Romano said wasn't the case. Havertz is right wing. He said Havertz on the right wing is outrageous. Havertz used to play on the right wing for Bayer Leverkusen. So he can play there.
One of his best seasons.
Right. We don't need Noni Madueke.
I don't think so.
JC Florida says, Ty, when Emma Hayes wins the 5th World Cup for the women's US team in 2027, would you finally put some respect on her name?
Never, ever. And if she doesn't, she's a disgrace. She's an absolute disgrace.
All right.
Disgrace. She should be in football jail.
Samuel says, Taiwo will always be a legend from his fellow Nigerian.
Thank you. A legendary lucky. I don't know about legend. And if she doesn't, are you gonna put shame on her football face? No. Are you gonna put the football shame on her face that we block? Don't mention that name. She's a disgrace. The thing is, I will put respect. All right, then. You know what? I'll compromise. I'll put respect on her name when she's got the guts to say what she did to Jonas was wrong and apologise. And if she says that, I will say anymore. But she will never ever apologise for that. She deserves to be in football jail. She's the biggest disgrace the football world has ever seen.
Marcus says, Ruben says, Ty, that was rude.
What was rude?
She was being nice. Come on, I think.
Yeah, no, she was rude for saying that the club handled it badly. All right,
no,
Ruben?
she said, do you think the club handled it badly?
No, she said she said it's a bad look for the club. She didn't say that. Don't try it.
No, she said, don't you think it'd be a bad look?
No, she said it's a bad. Robbie, can you find it? She said it's a. Can you find it? She said it's a bad look for the club. She didn't say that. Talking about that was rude. Obviously, our rudes are available, like Emma Hayes.
Anyway, it's time for Question Ty. We're not actually doing, in the light of the Jota thing.
Yes.
Passing away, how sad that's been. I thought
we'll
leave the Idiot of the Week today.
Yeah.
And the Boohoo Man of the Week because, listen, certainly Jota's the person of the week for me. But
okay.
We're going to get into some Question Ty though.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
This one comes from John Maurice Otenio, who says, Ty, what have you made of Taylor Hines' return to the club? And should Arsenal go all out for Bon Mati?
Oh, well, I think it's fantastic that Taylor's return. Congratulate, if I can get my words out, congratulations. I'll try to overturn Taylor for coming back to the club. Fantastic. It's going to be fantastic to see you again and all that. It's brilliant. Yes, absolutely. Like Robbie says, yeah, absolutely. If we can,
Liverpool let her leave.
Well, no, she was
contract
ended,
expired. Yeah. But funny enough, she was with us in our academy.
The video was saying, sometimes you go back home or something like that.
Yeah. She was with us in our academy, so she's come back. But also with talking about Taylor, I just want to say congratulations to England under-21s, and also I've got to apologise to Vivian.
The women though.
Yeah, disappointed, but
they could be going out.
There's still a few games.
They lose their next game, they're out,
Yes, but they have to win though, don't they? The thing is, well done to all our Arsenal women that have done well, and commiserations to the ones that have lost. But yeah, I think it's Vivian. I apologise to Vivian Leah. I got her name wrong on the watch along. Sorry, Vivian Leah. Good luck to her for Southampton, and big up to Jessie Gale, to Layla Herbert. Layla, congratulations, Jessie, Layla, Cecily, Wesley Smith says it. Congratulations, and to all the other under-20s that have made it to the World Cup. And Vivian.
Eric Simpson 9 says, Don Robbie, I'm gonna call you out. You said you didn't want Garnacho a couple of years ago, but 5 odd months ago on the Best of Enemies, you said you'd take Garnacho at Arsenal. Explain.
So you're not allowed to change your mind?
I don't want Garnacho at Arsenal. I said, listen, I said he's better than Madueke, in my opinion.
Okay.
He's better than Madueke.
Mm-hmm. No? He plays on the
he plays on the left, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I'd have him over
I think they're both
man.
Good players. To be
Chris W1881 says, how long do you think you'd survive in a zombie apocalypse, Ty?
What?
He would survive.
What?
What do you mean Ty would survive?
What are you talking about?
Zombie would think they're one of them.
Apocalypse, about a nanosecond, I think. How long would you survive? What? A zombie
the question should have been
apocalypse.
The question should have been, how long do you think the zombies would survive?
Yeah.
Zombies wouldn't stand a chance.
Well,
they would give up. They would like,
well, I don't know. That would be very frightening. To be in a zombie apocalypse would be very frightening if any of those
just put on a red
games
suit, them and you're good.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Trying to drink his blood.
Enough, Robbie,
Clara
man.
Bixie says, Robbie, you should have an Arsenal quiz again where everyone faced Ty and he only managed to beat Charlene.
No, you're wrong. It was Pippa.
Maybe he can seek redemption. That is true.
No, but you see, Clara Bixie, you're wrong again. It was Pippa. You see? You don't even know what you're talking about. And I didn't only manage to beat Pippa. I think I beat someone, maybe. But then listen, but then you're saying that.
Who else did he beat?
Well, when I went to the chicken shop, didn't I beat Lee Judges? Speaking of Lee Judges, was it his mum's birthday the other day? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought so, because I saw that. And then he messaged him and said, happy birthday. But I think I saw your post saying, happy birthday, Mrs. Judges. So I thought, unless you're calling him Mrs. He was up. So can I say...
You'd be calling her by her first name, innit? She's an Arsenal fan.
Absolutely. Right. So happy belated birthday to Mrs. Judges, mother of Lee Judges.
Khaled Boy says, Ty, can you explain once and for all why you insist on addressing players by their first name? Just curious.
It's just curious. I never said anything rude.
No, I know that. But the thing is, no disrespect. Don't you listen to what? Because Robbie always asks me that. I'm sure he asks me every week.
Yeah, but and I always say it on the show today.
But I'll say again. What it is that I address players by their first name because I know all of them to chat to. Okay, we'll leave it at that. No, I'm only... Look at his face. Just look at that face. No, I'm only joking.
Martin.
I'm only joking. Who? Martin Zen?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Yet. No, what it is...
Martin Zubimendi.
You're not stalking him yet.
I don't know. I don't stalk anyone. Can you not say that, please? I don't stalk anyone. And you know that stalking is a crime, don't you? So you shouldn't say that,
should know that.
What do you mean I should know that? I know it's a crime. That's why I would never do it.
Football matches waiting for referees.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I haven't finished, Robbie. Sorry. What it is that...
What do you mean it was finished?
No, I haven't finished answering my question.
Right.
What it is that I address players by their first name because when you're at a football club, it's meant to be personal to you. So if you say Zubimendi instead of Martin Z, it's more formal than if you say Martin Z. It's formal, and some of them I know to chat to. So, you know what I mean? But it's better to have informality because it makes you feel closer to the club. It's like saying Mr. Lyle and Mr. Yardy, whereas I can say Robbie and I can say Mr. Yardy.
Josephine says, Ty, what did you make of Adriana Cekic's performance in the tournament, and should she sign for Arsenal?
Fantastic. Absolutely. But the thing is, though, it's very difficult in... championships because when players are playing so well, if clubs are after them, more clubs go after them and their price goes up. Yeah, absolutely. I think she's been fantastic, and I have to say, big up to Mariona Caldente. Thankfully, in football terms, we have her in our team because she's already had 2 assists for Spain. Can you imagine if we want to sign her? That's how everyone be after. Bon Mati, absolutely fan. What an incredible signing. I think us winning the Champions League for the second time, the only English club to do it, would attract her. Superb. Absolutely fantastic. Very, very, I would, definitely go for her. Definitely.
Okay, super chat there. It's disappeared.
Disappear, like it's invisible.
Michael Silva says, Ty, what would you, what or who do you love to take on an abandoned island apart from Arsene Wenger?
Listen, you could take Arsene. Arsene's married with children. You could take him. For that stupid question, I wish you was on. And that is stupid because no. Because
who would you take on a abandoned island?
Don't disrespect.
Apart from Arsene Wenger?
Don't disrespect. Because don't disrespect. Okay, don't disrespect.
Where's the disrespect?
Don't disrespect. You are a fool, and for that, get lost. I'm answering no question.
But who would you take?
That was the porn actress that baited you.
Who?
Huh?
What's that?
That's what they just said on the screen. That was what was the name of the person?
What's that? I didn't get baited. What's that? I didn't get baited.
You take an abandoned Iceland? Huh?
No, you said Arsene. You said Arsene, Robbie.
I don't know.
Exactly. You see, you can't even get it right. He said Arsene, you fool. I'm answering nothing. Get lost.
You calling me a fool?
No, Robbie.
That's it. Adriana Chade is the previous.
I thought you said Arsene.
Clara Bitsy says, Robbie,
who would you take?
Who all from AFTV are going to be part of the pre-season tour to Singapore?
Oh, that's a good question.
Ty?
You coming?
Yeah, if you invite me, yeah, why not?
What's the space?
Space. The female of the species is more deadly than the male. Fantastic song by them.
Jimmy Gibbs says, Ty, apologies for last week's joke, mate. taken out of context. It was meant to be banter.
What was the joke? You have to tell me what the joke was. And also, the person that said I was rude, can you tell me what I said? And you said I was mean, and I'll decide if I was mean or not.
At the beginning of the show.
Yeah,
Who's in pain says Robbie and Ty got baited, bro.
No, I didn't, because I said. You never heard me say anything else.
No, they were talking about, I swear they were saying before, somebody who scored 2 goals or assists for Spain or something like that. There was somebody before that.
They said the player.
Look, see, look.
And who's that?
That's who you was talking about.
Is it?
Ty, you said you liked her performance.
Yeah, I lied, didn't I? Yeah, I lied. I never said that. I said
performance?
I said she looked.
Go on.
I thought she said. I said she played well. That's why I said she played well. I didn't say I lied before. I said she played well. That's what I said.
How do you know she played well?
Because I'm talking about someone else. I'll try it, man. You know you got time. Why don't you go and do volunteer work? That's what you should do, because you got time for nonsense.
No, but you've seen Adriana Chechik's performance.
I haven't seen anything. I don't even know what that is.
You did say she played well.
Yeah, exactly. How can I say that?
Because Robbie asked the question.
No, but how can I? If I knew she was, would I say she played well?
But you did.
No, but would I? But can she?
I don't know much about.
Yeah, we didn't know, so we kept her mouth shut.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
You said she did well.
No, but if I said played well, and I said she played well, that would mean in a football sense. I would have to say something else.
What are you talking so far?
Isn't it? That would be something else.
Yeah, panic.
Panic about what? Panic about nothing. I don't panic about nothing. I said she played well. That's what I'm talking about someone else, but I didn't say anything else.
The name that
no,
came
but I didn't say anything else, did I?
No, you just said
no.
she
I said in the football term. I said played.
That name played well.
But if she's doing what we think she's doing, that wouldn't be what to say, would it? Exactly. So I don't know. So I don't know reasons.
She played the part well. We don't know what part she was playing.
No, but that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
No, you knew what part she was playing.
I don't know anything about her.
She was doing a role. She had a certain role, and you said she played well.
I don't know any obvious.
You know, like when you go watch a movie,
other players available.
Time, like, yeah, man, that play was that actress. Actor, he played well.
Other player.
So you were saying she played well.
Other food is available, like rolls, like bread. What? I don't know who that is.
You don't know that.
All right, listen. The final super chats. Jimmy Gibbs says the Carl Pilkington joke. We love you, Ty. That's what you were saying.
Oh yeah, no. Get lost. I don't even want to hear that. Get lost. You're a fool.
No, he's saying that.
No. Don't try it. I don't care. I don't want to hear nothing. Goodbye. Get lost. I don't want an apology. You've done it. I don't want an apology. Get lost. I don't care, Gibbs. Get lost.
What's it called? Idiot abroad.
Yeah, you're the idiot abroad.
Beans and Toast says, big up Yardi. My mum's seen you today and said that you're very funny.
Today?
Oh, must be yesterday.
Yep.
In Birmingham.
Oh, okay.
All right. How was what?
And he says none of us knew Saka and Odegaard would get injured last season.
That's true.
When Yeri came in and had some good games.
He did.
Yep.
Before he struggled.
Yep.
Get Madueke cheaper competition to Saka.
It's not cheaper.
So 50 million is not cheap.
I don't know. I prefer
Amanda says, I feel sorry for the girl that you would meet, Ty, on the Arsenal dating show.
Yeah, but I wouldn't need to, because unlike you, I have a woman. Okay? Ooh. So I would sorry for any girl that you would try to meet you. All right?
Let them know.
And let's do this one as a final one. Michael Silver says, Ty, can you name at least 5 Nigerian dishes?
What? Of course.
Go on, then.
Jollof rice, egusi soup, amala powder, yam, eba, ground rice. Goodbye! Don't ever try to toss me. Don't ever try to toss me.
He said dishes.
Yeah, they're dishes.
No, yam is just yam.
Oh, sorry. Pounded. Oh, amala. Ground rice, okay?
Oh my gosh. Listen, we've reached the end of the show today. As usual, it's been fun. Don't forget to use the code.
Sorry,
Robbie. The end of each show.
I know, but it's a serious thing.
Don't forget to use the code AFTV10 to get an additional 10% off all clothing. What's the seriousness?
The serious thing is that it's not. I'm not gonna. It's a serious thing. It's not even a joke.
Make sure I should have said. Wet you up if you're coming on joke.
Whatever, man.
You're lucky we are.
About wet me. Whatever. It's serious.
I'm throw a bucket of water.
Do you think I'm gonna say serious when it's not serious?
Don't make me laugh when you say.
No, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. Don't make me laugh.
So say something serious.
When you're laughing, that is what they did.
Yeah,
okay,
so
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing.
Make sure.
I'm not laughing. Don't make me laugh. I'm not laughing.
Make me laugh. You laugh if you want to laugh.
I'm not laughing. So what it is that I should have said it in the watch along on Saturday, which I did, and I apologise. Is for hearts, thoughts, and prayers to go out for all the victims in the Texas thing.
Yeah, it's terrible.
That's what it is.
The flood.
Yeah, the flood. So it's so sad, you know, and you know. we wish them all the best.
Yeah,
That's what I
listen,
want to
Oh,
say.
come
and
to-
Mexico win the Gold Cup.
Yeah, well done to Mexico.
Oh, congratulations to Mexico.
Another defeat for Pochettino. Could be back in the Premier League soon, the way he's going. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching the show today. Don't forget to use the code AFTV10 to get the Boohoo Man clothing. Yardi, merci beaucoup. Ty, bless up.
Bless up, thank you. Bless up to you as well.
And to you guys out there, have yourself a great evening. Goodbye.
Peace to all to the two people that I can't name. You're both disgraces. Peace.